As if the examples of the federal government becoming a police state aren't numerous enough, this Real ID expands them further. See, under other requirements we find, to meet the requirements of this section, a state shall adopt the following practices in the issuance of driver's licenses and identification cards. Employ technology to capture digital images of identity source documents so that the images can be retained in electronic storage in a transferable format. Retain paper copies of source documents for a minimum of 7 years, or images of source documents presented for a minimum of 10 years. Subject each person applying for a driver's license or identification card to mandatory facial image capture. More instances of government trying to capture images of you to search later. I've talked before about automated license plate readers. Now the government wants a copy of your driver's license photo, and they want it to be in a database. As if that weren't bad enough, the federal government will bribe the states into sharing this data with others. See, under Section 203, linking of databases, we read, in general, to be eligible to receive any grant or other type of financial assistance made available under this title, a state shall participate in the interstate compact regarding sharing of driver's license data, known as the Driver's License Agreement, in order to provide electronic access by a state to information contained in the motor vehicle databases of all other states. And under requirements for information, a state motor vehicle database shall contain, at a minimum, the following information. All data fields printed on driver's licenses and identification cards issued by the state. Motor vehicle drivers' histories, including motor vehicle violations, suspensions, and all points on licenses. How's the federal government going to get the states to join this database? Well, with bribery, of course, but I'll talk more about that later. And just what restrictions will be placed on the access of this database? Will law enforcement require a warrant to search it? Because there will be more in this database than just your identification and driving record. Confirm with the Social Security Administration a Social Security account number presented by a person using the full Social Security account number. In the event that a Social Security account number is already registered or associated with another person to which any state has been issued a driver's license or identification card, the state shall resolve the discrepancy and take appropriate action. That's right, your Social Security number is now part of the verification of who you are. Now, while your SSN doesn't have to be printed on your driver's license and therefore isn't required to be included in this interstate database, the state is required to retain that data for future use. I wonder, what could that be about?